With the release of even more reference tracks and leaked DMs, I don't think we can ever trust Drake again.
Breaking news. So it looks like a fan page that is associated with Drake and DJ Akademiks has been hacked and their DMs have been leaked. And oh man, it's juicy. It's nasty, man. It's crazy out here in these streets, man. These dudes are messy. So you can see, this is Grand Wizard. You can see he posted hacked. He posted this, right? So at the top you see, it says another day, another set of Drake leaked DMs. And this, you can see how Drake's proof of Not Like Us being botted stems from the Kid That Akademiks platform. Drake was literally fed false stories by one of his fan pages throughout the entire battle. So what I'm gonna do is show you these leaked DMs and their screenshots. And there's also video. I want y'all to see it. All right, so this is the video. So you can see, this is live, Champagne Poppy. Right, see, look. See, this is real. Oh, they're moving things around, they're clicking on things. Just trying to show you how this is real. They just screen recording. Look, Champagne Poppy, baby. He's too big, he's too popular to be spending all his time on Instagram. Not only that, he needs a PR team. He shouldn't be doing this. Look. Ah, man, he just typing. Come on. But it gets worse, man. Y'all see what the actual conversations they're having, right? Let's dive in deep into the actual messages. Starts off, Tory dropped a better 80s team. So I guess he's talking about Tory's prom album. Y'all remember that prom album he dropped? And, you know, the weekend he been doing his 80s thing too. But that's not even the worst part. Look. It said, then hoes drunk as trying to be podcast poetic. We edited out so much. Like one girl was like, I was 14 and my man was 25. I was like, what? And y'all saw these DMs were screen recorded, not just screenshots, screen recorded. And it's not like one of those screen recordings where they're just going through up and down. Like they were purposely clicking on the DMs to show that this is actual Instagram. Like you can, if you are on the Instagram DMs, you know how Instagram works. Y'all see this? It says, someone just posted your dad's stolen luggage. So this is the Ebony Prince situation with the Meet the Grounds picture, right? So y'all remember when Drake was saying that we planted the information and tried to make it seem like he really plotted out this entire plan, and he really had this mastermind thought process behind sneaking in and giving Kendrick false information. You remember that? Now he's trying to make it seem like he had no idea. The footage is recorded from a rooftop in Brooklyn near where Kendrick live at. Still no idea what that shit is, LOL. May 11th, look at Akademiks. How this my DMs with Drake? Y'all gotta start reading it and researching. Y'all just write a headline because you don't like too much. And y'all see the tweet is Akademiks and Drake DM just leaked. Well, understand, if you read the headline the way the Akademiks read it, I can see the confusion. But at the same time, it's talking about Akademiks and Drake's DMs leaked of the Grandmaster, whatever his name is. But understand, Akademiks, his DMs also leaked as well. This is Akademiks talking about the Yes Jewel situation. Look, he clicking on the videos. Look at it. Look, they're moving things around. This is how DMs work, and you can tell.
Tell them where you get your ass from, Drake, because I know your core audience is sick to their damn stomach. I know your core audience is sick to your damn stomach, because when I heard that bar, even myself was like, wait, Kendrick, what you talking about? Drake got classics, and Kendrick like, no, he don't. He don't write his own stuff. He don't have the classics. The ghostwriters have the classics. He don't write nothing. This is bad, y'all. This is bad. This is bad. It is not just one reference leaked today. It is not two references leaked today. It is three of them things.
Couple nobody started killing themselves. Couple album drop, still on the shelf.
Yo, come on. No.
Couple somebody started killing themselves. A couple albums dropped, those are still on the shelf.
Oh my God.
If I was willing to help, I got gold trophy from committee for validation.
Hold on. If I was willing to help, hold on.
I bet them shits would have popped if I was willing to help. I got a gold trophy from the committee for validation.
I'm just so bad. Rodent Supreme. Yeah, okay, bud. Run me my respect. He got more. That was 5 a.m. in Toronto. Now we doing 4 p.m. in Calabasas. All the time. Drake's still in all the times and all that. Still in 4 p.m., still in 5 a.m. He's still in all the times too. Still in the time and still in the lyrics. God damn.
When they told me take an R&B nigga on the road, and I told them no and drew for Kendrick and Rocky.
So bad.
When they told me take an R&B nigga on the road, and I told them no and drew for Kendrick and Rocky.
Oh my God, we are not done.
But enough dilly-dallying, let's jump right into the music. So I'm going to play a little bit of the No Face record so you guys can see what the lyrics are.
No face. He was going crazy on that song. Drake was going crazy on that song.
That were lifted.
Don't get sleepy off no melatonin. My therapist put in a 30-day notice because I keep on talking about beef.
And mind you, this was like Drake's
Beefing
most
women and
well-received
money
leak.
In business and money and women.
There's no diagnosis.
They
Empty the clip.
Quick, slap that shit out and I came back.
Come on! That was crazy! Empty the clip. Slide that shit out and I came back reloaded. That drink was crazy! Oh my God! They about to... Yo.
Alright, so that's the line right there. I'm going to be putting it in the description as well, but let's get into Six Bats record so we hear what he's
Six Bats record. Six Bats.
talking about. There we go. The timestamps are there, and I'm pretty sure you can't go and replace the record. So yeah, if we're going to go by the timestamps, this obviously was released way before No Face.
I can't see the timestamps, but he's saying that the timestamps was released. The timestamps for Six Bats record was released way before No Face. So
it's gonna be really damning. But like I said, definitely let me know if there was like any snippets or anything like that floating around of this record, because he could have easily lifted it himself. But yeah, jump right into it. It's entitled Women. Just a snippet as well.
Sleepy out, no melatonin. My therapist put in a 30-day notice. Cause I keep on talking about beefing in business. And money and women, there's no diagnosis.
What up, where's your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those cash apps to CLBMG. Join the membership. Gang, listen. I want to talk to the Drake fans in this one. I want everybody to stick around and we're going to have a conversation. But this one, I really need to talk to the Drake fans right now. And I know I try to be fair and I try to be, you know, in the middle kind of. But I don't always come off as fair. I don't always come off as in the middle. So what I want to do is have a very open and honest, engaging conversation with a fan of Drake, because at one point, I want to say most of us have listened and liked some, if not all, of Drake's music, right? And some of us have felt a connection with Drake. And some of the Drake fans have felt a stronger connection with Drake because they feel that they were somehow connected to Drake. Something about Drake made them feel like he was someone to look up to. And I'm going to go on a limb to say that some of Drake's most personal recordings, such as the timestamp records, 5 a.m. in Toronto, I believe, 4 p.m. in Calabasas, records like that, have endeared many of his staunch, diehard fans and have impressed some of his most vocal critics. When we get in these conversations in the barber shops, right? I'm talking about Not Like Us and pre-Kendrick battle. I'm talking 2, 3, 4 years ago when you were in the barber shop or you were on the block and you had one guy over here screaming that Drizzy needed to be in that top 5, top 10 conversation because when he spits, he spits. And you had another guy on the other side frothing with anger because Drake has no business there because he is a pop star. Undoubtedly, when it was time to go bar for bar and to make the case for Drake, some of the lyrics from the timestamp records were surely used in response to rebut any type of he can't spit bars. I'm 100% sure some of those records, as well as others, but for the most part, the timestamp songs were surely used as concrete proof that Drake deserved to be in the company of the elite rappers. Well, my friends, I want to say that there are reference tracks to show, allegedly, that those timestamp records, even those coveted timestamp records, that you'll have a hard time saying that those weren't good records. I'm just going to be honest. No matter how bad you hate Drake, some of those records were good records. Let's just be honest. People waited for these records like they were waiting for Christmas gifts. Well, there's a lot of movement on these records because I believe a guy named Moolah posted 2, if not 3, very, very similar records that has his voice instead of Drake spitting the same bars as Drake over the same beats. Which would mean if you choose to believe it, and I'm going to have a discussion about why you wouldn't. If you choose to believe it, I 100% believe it. Not just because Kendrick told us you never gave us nothing to believe in. I want you to show me, this is just to me and the Drake fans. The Kendrick fans or the neutral fans, they have no problem believing that these are from. Why would you not believe them? What's going over my head is very, very logical people who go to work. They have 9 to 5s. They have to be extra professional in their day-to-day life. Even if they're working at Popeyes, you got to be professional to a degree. And they can go to work and make logical decisions, but for some reason, when it comes to Aubrey, they throw logic down the field like a football. And for some reason, they can't believe anything that is said about this guy. I want to know what this guy has done to make you actually think that everything that comes out about him is a lie or it's AI. What has he done truthfully? We've already seen all kinds of reference tracks for everything else that he's recorded. But somehow they don't want to believe that this guy just dropped reference tracks for his most personal music. The timestamp records, for those that don't know, are Drake at his most vulnerable. Some of his best writing, his best bars are these timestamp records. And that would mean if some other guy wrote that and the guy that posted them is a quote unquote former ghostwriter, why would it not be true? Make it make sense. I'm talking to Drake fans. I know somewhere deep down in that Grinch heart, you guys got to have some common sense. We've already seen and heard at least 10 other reference tracks for other tracks. He admitted that he uses people to collab with. He's already said it. We've already had several ghostwriters get beat up because they spoke on this. What in what world do you not believe at this time? What makes you think that this time is not true? I'm just going to be honest. I can't wrap my mind around how these DMs clearly are true. DJ Akademiks, Akademiks TV, and Drake are in cahoots. And what bothers me the most about this, Akademiks, DJ Akademiks TV page, which is not run by Akademiks, is run by some guy named Grand Wizard Chat Nigga. I didn't think somebody could be goofier than Akademiks until this guy showed up. I'm just going to be honest. This got to be the goofiest guy in the dictionary. They need to move whatever picture they got and put the Grand Wizard Chat Nigga as the goofiest nigga on earth. Right? He runs Akademiks TV. And I used to wonder, and I used to say openly on my videos, I don't know if Akademiks runs this Akademiks TV page, but whoever it is, it got to be some 14-year-old intern, because the way they write and the things that they post on this Akademiks TV page are so obnoxious and so untrue. Akademiks himself has had to come out and say, nah, that's not true. Himself. And had to have stuff removed from the Akademiks TV page. Come to find out, it's run by some dude named Grand Wizard Chat Nigga. Chat Nigga is the term for guys in Akademiks chat group. When Akademiks goes live, people go right into the comments immediately, and Akademiks has affectionately named them Chat Niggas. So the guy that is in the chat group that has become the Grand Wizard of the Chat Niggas for Akademiks, he tapped him on the shoulder and was like, yo, won't you run this other page? I'm sure I'm going to pay you. Of course, he would have did it for free. Right, but I'm going to pay you. And for somehow, some way, that guy got a direct line with Drake. You know how we know that he got a direct line with Drake? Because somebody went and chat and hacked that page. They hacked DJ Akademiks TV. They hacked the page, and lo and behold, there's over a year and a half worth of communication between Drake and Akademiks TV, aka Chat Nigga Grand Wizard, right? And they go way back before the battle even started. They go back during the battle when Drake claimed, we fed you the information. Well, there's actual footage in there that Drake had no idea about that information when they got his dad's medication and his shirt and all that. Drake didn't know what they were talking about. They hit up Drake first and told him that. Akademiks TV, aka the Grand Wizard Chat Nigga. So a lot of that content is ran by Drake before you even see it, which I already suspected, but I was like, nah, there's no way this global superstar is conversing with this page. There's absolutely no way. It's probably a third party. Like, if I'm smart, you're never going to hack that and see my name in there. But not only did they hack it and see his name in there, they see his name in there a lot. These guys are like giddy schoolgirls. They're like listen, I'm not going to sit here and read every single thing that they wrote. Go watch it on another. Starsky quite a few other YouTubers have it. But it's like watching two schoolgirls go back and forth. And one of the schoolgirls is desperate for the other schoolgirl to like her. Because this guy will go 4 and 5 just writing stuff to Drake. Drake won't even respond. It's so sad to see this interaction. And the saddest part about it, Drake fans, I'm just going to be honest. You Drake fans that immediately came out talking about it's AI generated. It's more sad that, I don't know what's sadder, that Drake is communicating back and forth with this fan page, gassing it up, tapping him on the ass, saying good job when he does a good job, strategizing about what to write next, him feeding the page, him cracking up, because the guy from the page always knows shit before Drake. The guy on the page is the one that told Drake that the alleged bot expert who was on Akademiks show, he's like, turn the Axe Live. They got the guy that Kendrick paid to bot. So that ended up in the lawsuit because Grand Wizard Chat Nigga told Drake in the DMs that the guy that was botting the thing, who was debunked within hours of this. But somehow that guy told Drake this, and Drake made a lawsuit using that information that he got from Grand Wizard Chat Nigga. It's dumb. I thought Drake was smarter than this. This is all conjecture. He built this lawsuit around conjecture and shit he heard from Grand Wizard Chat Nigga. Gang, any shred of intelligence I thought I knew that Drake was going to have by being a multi-millionaire is gone. These DMs are real. We had a freaking leaked DM a few months ago that Akademiks came out immediately because the boy told him it was fake. And he had to eat them words in 24 hours because it was proven to be real. So in what world do you not believe that this is real? The guy is scrolling down the thing. He's on a computer. He's on a computer of all things. He's not even on a phone. They hacked this man. They're showing proof. The conversations go back so far. How could an AI generate that and be accurate? All of that? They're talking about Tory Lanez got a better 80s album than The Weeknd, so the AI generated that. They're talking about LeBron dancing for the, apparently there's a deleted scene of LeBron dancing for the Not Like Us video. I don't know why they didn't use it. Maybe LeBron hit him up like, please don't use it. But there's allegedly footage of LeBron dancing, a cut scene for the Not Like Us video, and Grand Wizard hits up Drake and says he shows him the scene. It got leaked to him, so he shows Drake. So Drake goes, oh, they got knocked out the first round, so what else boy got to do but dance? Which is funny, right? But this guy is feeding Drake. Drake is locked up somewhere in a deep, dark room somewhere at the bottom of the embassy, smoking hookah and gambling. He don't know what's going on out here, so this guy's telling him. Did I do good, boss? Did I do good? The goofiest nigga ever. And the funny thing about this whole page, interacting with Drake, which should never happen for this very reason. I shouldn't be able to see this. Drake should not be communicating directly with him. But Drake communicates about a lot of things to this guy. He's talking about this chick that a few months ago, I didn't even cover the story, but the girl is this weirdo streamer who gets on stream and tricks young girls into showing their boobies and stuff like that, right? And one or two of the girls was a minor. She tricked her and da-da-da. She's like, I'm not recording. Meanwhile, she's streaming live. This is what this girl does. Drake took a liking to this girl, bought her some studio equipment, and started trying to help her build her brand. And he went on her stream, right? I don't know if you guys know this, but that happened. I knew that, but I didn't cover the story. I'm like, I'm not getting into that. I don't want to get into that. I don't know nothing about that. So I saw a lot of info about that, said I'm not covering it, right? But he went on her stream, because this stuff gets so weird and dark and deep with this guy. I don't want to even slime myself out by putting it on my channel. I'm just going to be honest. Some of this stuff is slimy, gang, and I don't even want to deal with it. But the girl had Drake on. Gleefully, he's on there with this random chick, right? Blows up her platform, whatever. She was already coming up, but a lot of weirdos watch it. So Drake bought her studio equipment, and he's gonna produce her and all this and that and third. They start talking about it. Grand Wizard's like, whatever. They start talking about it, and Drake is like, she's the weirdo, not me. But you know she's weird. And you're still supporting the channel. As a Drake fan, I'm tired of asking y'all guys what's going on. As a Drake fan, I want to know why immediately you go to Caribou's page or Aubrey's attorney's page and wait for them to tell you what's going on. Because they're going to say it's fake and it's a lie and it's AI generated. Make it make sense. Go watch a video for yourself. It's like a dude in a rabbit hole. The X-File music comes on. Dun, 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 like, you're learning. It's like, what it say? The truth is out there, gang. Like, wipe your eyes, gang. Come outside with us and see around what's going on. This guy is awful. He's contacting a obviously just fabricated fan page that writes nothing but nonsense so bad Akademiks himself has to condemn it. Then you clearly see what is clearly real. It's clearly Champagne Poppy's Instagram communicating with Akademiks TV for a year and a half at least. And your first response is to say, it's AI. I'm baffled, gang. I'm baffled. But see, what's happening is, and I'm just going to put you guys on what's really, really going on. UMG is not fucking around, gang. They're not playing around. See, they're going to destroy this guy's character in the public before they even get to court. They know this dude is untrustworthy. Let me just say this. Some people are going to be like, Challz, what's wrong with having ghostwriters? First of all, when you ask this question, you disrespect me. When you say what's wrong with having ghostwriters on a rapper song. But at the end of the day, they're going to say, what's wrong with having ghostwriters on 5 a.m.? These are his most personal records. Out of all the records, if you could trust nothing, you trusted those timestamp records. I used to see this boy getting so much love for these timestamp records. I wouldn't even have to listen to it. It'd be like the whole internet shuts down when a timestamp come out, right? Remember that? Forget it. He could drop a timestamp right now. It's going to be like, well, it ain't going to shut down like it used to, because not like us dropped in the whole world changed. But these timestamp records used to be unimpeachable. You couldn't say nothing bad about the timestamp records. And to come to find out, his ghostwriter was writing in his voice, saying stuff that he's supposed to be saying. And making it sound fly. Like this dude. And the thing about it, when you listen to the damn ghostwriter spits it better than him, because the ghostwriter really got the swag of it. I'm just gonna be honest. This dude got the swag. This dude really is like in that life, so he's putting a ragu on it. Drake would have never. What I'm learning from this, man, this guy has absolutely no game whatsoever. I'm just being honest. This dude is a white sheet. No flavor, nothing. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if it come out if niggas is teaching this nigga how to walk. I'm just gonna be honest. They might have training classes. No, don't walk like that, my nigga. Like, I'm like, what do this motherfucker actually really fucking do? Like, these niggas are writing all of your best bars. You're not a rapper. The actor we know is now spiraling, gang. But it's even still, with all that being said, and me knowing what I know, to be this age and this steeped in hip hop, to see that somebody could go to these lengths. And I'm about to say the dumbest thing ever. I didn't know Drake was this much of a Decepticon until this battle. That's why I thought, yo, when I listened to Hard Part 6, had I known this dude was this fraudulent, I wouldn't even have had that first 3 hours where I thought he was telling the truth. For the first 3 hours, I was like, yo, Kenny, why you let this dude lie to you? He's like, you're dumb and reactionary. We fed you to. And even though I know it contradicts itself, but I'm sitting back, I'm like trying, because I try to analyze stuff before I make a statement on public media, right? I try to analyze myself, and I'm like, what if this is true? I don't just believe like a Drake fan. So it's AI, it's a lie. I don't just believe stuff from the jump, right? Meaning I just don't believe everything that Kendrick did was great. I gotta analyze and realize, okay, after I put my couple hours into the thought of it, I'm like, okay, Kendrick was right. That was smart. I don't just like these guys immediately jump to the defense of dudes. Because that's when you step in, you put your foot in a pile of dog shit. So you gotta analyze things first. So I analyze everything that happens in the battle. I analyze Not Like Us before I made anything, like everything. I analyze everything. So when he dropped Part 6, I had to analyze, like, is any of this true? I had to think about it. But I didn't know this guy was such a unadulterated. He lies like it doesn't make any sense at this point. Now that I've been analyzed, because I didn't put this much thought into this guy until this battle started. I'm just going to be honest. So when he was calling him a liar and a master manipulator, it took time for me to understand what he really meant. Because as this thing went on, you start realizing this dude will put out a record saying, I fed you information when he didn't even know anything about it. You know how brazen that is? Now, let's say what the Drake fan will say, well, which they always say, Kendrick lied about this imaginary daughter. So let's imagine this. If Kendrick lied about this imaginary daughter, at some point he believed it. Let's just say that. He believes this girl is real. And there is some girl out there claiming she is that, right? Which they're debunked. Of course, Drake fans don't believe nothing, right? But let's just say, for shits and giggles, the imaginary daughter is fake. at least you could say, well, he was misled into believing that. So he didn't go into it openly lying, like I'm going to just lie about some girl. He was misled or whatever. Let's just, in theory, let's just say Kendrick was fed that information, not necessarily by Drake, because we know that didn't happen, but someone told him about a girl. Let's say, so it's not necessarily a lie. It's okay, he believes this, but there's no proof. If I go and say, I plotted for a week and fed you the information, I am a liar. Didn't nobody tell me that? I sat there, looked at the situation. How could I combat this stuff he's saying? I'm going to say I gave it to him and I fed it to him. I'm going to out now manipulate and lie. They're two different kind of lies, gang. One is from a person that believes something to be true that's not true. One is from a nigga that sitting there and is manipulating the situation in his mind. How could I spin it? Because some people online, let's just be honest, on Twitter, and I believe that looking back, that Akademiks TV page was one of the people saying that he fed him the story. Before Drake made the Hard Part 6, if you go back, Akademiks TV and other people were like, Drake can't fed him that. They came up with this whole story and he said it out his mouth on wax. That makes him a liar and a manipulated, because you're doing an open-faced lie to try to change the narrative. So before all this stuff happened, I didn't know that this guy, when you look backwards, because when the battle happened, in them 6-7 months, I started to go backwards and watch old stuff about this guy that nobody wanted to believe, right? Sauce Walker and all these people was telling all these stories about Drake. Couldn't touch him. But then the story started to look different. Once he got exposed with this, then you start going back. It's like, oh snap, wow, they beat up Quentin Miller. They beat up this guy. It's one of these videos out here that shows literally the most awful history of Drake. I'm not sure if it's Trap Lil Ross or something. It's like from the time he got in the business to last year, like all of the just awful things that he was accused of doing, and some of them were actually factual. And it was like, bro, I didn't really pay attention to this guy until this. Come to find out, he is a liar and a master manipulator. And how am I going to come out with straight up lies after a dude says, you're a liar and a master manipulator? And in my very next song, I'm lying and manipulating. Awful shit. Then we see after the fact, this guy's going to court with lies and conjecture. I'm just going to be honest. I know this stuff pisses Drake fans off, but at this point, we cannot trust you. You hear all the stories of the backstabbings, and he's going after this guy's girl, that guy's girl. Oh, you could have her back, that all this little stuff. We already seen it 100 times. This guy's MO is dirty. He plays dirty. Dirty game. It's a dirty game with this guy. And I'm not going to sit and tell you everything because it's too much to talk about. But at this point, when we saw these DMs leak, and it's clearly, you can read it in his voice. These DMs are real. I would respect a Drake fan if they came and defended what he's saying in the DMs. Well, Weekend album is better. They'll tell you none of it's real. It's all fake. It's all conjecture. You're lying. That's made up. So it's like everything that happens is going to be fake. Unless it's something good for him, and then it's real. When he goes #1, it's real. When Kitty goes #1, it's bots. It's fake. This is how they think about this stuff now. And it's like you can't even talk to him. It's like the worst Trump MAGA supporter. You can't talk to him. You just realize I'm not going to talk to them because they don't listen to anything. Their answer is it's fake news. So you can't really have a real conversation with a person who won't even acknowledge what you're saying. So we started being in the echo chambers of our own making and talking amongst ourselves. Talking to ourselves and working out the whole situation within our own little bubbles. And then therefore we look like, oh, you guys are in the echo chamber. Yeah, because y'all motherfuckers don't listen. You're not even having a real deal conversation. You can't heal yourself if you won't even acknowledge what the pain is. This guy is clearly in trouble. What did he do in response to getting hacked? This hack coming out? He blocked Homeboy. Right? And then put out a narrative that it's fake. I can't imagine living my life that everything I'm doing, it's nope, that didn't happen. It's fake. That stuff I'm clearly doing, it's fake. That didn't happen. Nope, that's AI. At that point, you are a awful person and a master manipulator. This guy hasn't owned up to not one thing. I'll take that back. He did own up to getting help with collabs because he couldn't. Lil Yachty mixed music with this guy. Like, all this stuff comes out. Everything. There's a reference track with Lil Yachty rapping his verse. Like, so you can't say I don't do that. So I think when his back is against the wall and there's too much evidence, then he'll say, okay. But other than that, we get this nonsense. But these reference tracks for the best lyrical performances, they're written, and I'm just gonna be honest, y'all gonna say, Charles, you're dumb. But I used to be like open-minded, like we don't know exactly everything that's been ghostwritten. So to some degree, since I didn't know his best pen work, who that was, because we're starting to see like a lot of even the good pen work, the good rap songs were written by other people. That stuff already came out. But now even the deep stuff that you thought he just sat in a room, had a cup of coffee and a water, and just sat down and looked around his surroundings and just wrote. That's not even him either. I'm going to be honest. You know how sad of a rapper I would be? Dog, I would like really be thinking about drinking paint if I couldn't write my best stuff. If that's not me either. If I'm sitting back waiting for my rap to come in from this young guy that lives in in the projects, I'm waiting for him to send my verse. And I got to secretly sit there and memorize. I got to memorize this shit and then try to come off convincingly and really get on that stage and try to spit it. And you're going to say, Charles, well, Beyonce, a lot of her stuff gets written, but we know that. Some of Beyonce's songs are out before she's doing covers of half that shit. So nobody's expecting her to be this. You know what I'm saying? We're not expecting her to be giving you her life story, but they still pack out them stadiums for her. Right? They love this chick. We know her stuff is not hers. We know she gets songs written for her, or she'll pick the best song of a songwriter. She'll go through 20 songs and pick one. We get all that. But that's not hip hop either. That's the music business. This guy is a guy from the music business that wants to appear to be a rapper. And that's what it actually, when you peel back the layers, this guy is literally a corporate exec that wants to appear to be a rapper. He's an actor that wants to appear to be a rapper. And he's playing that job, the actor role really, really well. I used to give him credit. Like, yo, yeah, he may get his stuff ghostwritten, but some of these shits, some of them joints is fire. So I'm going to assume, I don't know everything that's ghostwritten. Now I'm assuming everything is ghostwritten, even back to Best I Ever Had, everything. He might have wrote a little bit back then because there's footage of him writing, but we got to understand this guy was reading off a phone. If I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe he went on Rap City and read off his phone. And right there, we should have been like, this nigga's out of here. We did it to Cannabis when Cannabis whipped out that paper in that battle. Talking about, I forgot my verse, but I got it right here. And he started reading this shit off the paper. Cannabis' career ain't been the same since. And as hip hop, when that half white, half black kid was on whatever it was, Rap City or whatever, and he whipped out that phone and read that verse, Jay-Z would never. And one of his own homeboys should have knocked the phone out of his hand. Boop! We ain't doing that. But a lot of dudes is yes men. We can't honestly trust this guy anymore. As rap, he can do what he want with R&B, the sleepy, sexy song, whatever y'all want to call it, For You and all that. Some of that's probably great, amazing, right? Some of the stuff I heard wasn't bad, but it just ain't for me. I'm a hip hop guy, and I can listen to some sexy songs if I'm in the mood for that. But what I'm going to say is this: I'm usually not in the mood for that, right? So at the end of the day, I was treating you like a hip hopper. But at some degree, if you're going to keep acting like you're this great rapper, and the secret is you're really not, you're getting your stuff wrote, everything written for you, but you're coming off like I'm the man, I'm the dumb dada, and I want this forever. I'm sure you want it forever, but you're not being open and honest that these aren't your bars. And you can keep making it like, yo, come upon test me, all this stuff. Well, we saw what happened when you got tested. There's rumors of your battles being written. So at this point, what are we arguing about? I can't even imagine going toe to toe with any Drake fan of any kind of consequence with this stuff anymore. You never gave us a reason to believe that these reference tracks are not real. I'm believing every single one right now. A dude could record a fake track right now and put it up online, and I believe it. Because why would I not? Why would I trust this guy at this point? What has he done to gain and garner trust besides sell a bunch of records? All right? And continue to dominate in the most sleaziest way possible with fake streams, fake bots, fake raps that ain't yours, beats that are questionable from other people that was supposed to go to other guys, songs being stolen, just straight ripped, right? We know that the called me from my cell phone, all this and that. We know that straight was a whole nother song that you got on the remix. Then you took the person off, you took drama off, and you put yourself, you changed the name of the song from a remix to now it's my song. So we've seen the worst actions by this guy. What are we supposed to believe in? Why would we believe anything that this guy says? Yes, I believe all of the DMs are real. And if you don't believe it, you're slow. Why would you not believe it? What about it makes it not real other than he said it? Every single time something has happened, he said it wasn't real, and it's all been proven to be true. But what I got to say is UMG is not playing. I believe UMG is paying a lot of money for the hackers to hack. Hackers can hack at anything. I believe they're hacking right now on behalf of UMG. I'm just going to be honest. I feel like we're getting these reference tracks because it's been an onslaught of reference tracks and leaks over the past, since this thing started with this battle and the rumblings of a lawsuit, and then the lawsuit appeared, the petition, the petition, and then the lawsuit, and then we got here where we're in full-on war in court. We're volleying back and forth. He's asking to see Kendrick's contract. So now it's getting really real. Right? I believe UMG is like, okay, I'm reloaded. Let's play. You want to play? We going to play. So now we're about to see all that we can see. They're trying to destroy this man inside and out before they even get to the courtroom. And when they get to the courtroom, it's going to be bad because the stuff they're going to be producing, it's going to be bad. And he's going to have to answer it. They're going to try to destroy this man's character. They're going to use everything against him. They already gave you a light jab. They told you, they're showing you in the little the request to dismiss, right? They already showing you where they're ready to go. They're going to expose this man, and that's the tip of the iceberg. So we're going to see more of this nonsense. But at this point, it's tough to, and this is the sad thing about hip hop. Not the sad thing, this is the authentic thing. We really take your word for stuff. So it's going to be hard to listen to these songs. Not the slow songs or the catchy songs or the melodic, the melody Drake songs. No, that's going to be, we can listen to that because we know that's the music business. People make songs for each other, they write each other. But when you get and start listening to these songs, that's a little bit more technical, a little deeper, for lack of a better word. As deep as it's going to get for a Drake pen, right? They got a little more substance and they're a little more technically hip-hop. It's going to be hard to listen to that and mimic those words, because half of what you're doing when you're mimicking these words is you're agreeing with what he's saying. And you're putting that context on the person saying the words. So you think what he's saying is coming out of his soul. Let's just be honest, Drake fans. You're spitting them words like, oh my God, like this nigga Drake is that nigga. But you come to find out, Sammy over here wrote it. Not only wrote it, I would even respect it if the nigga just wrote it and handed you the paper. No, he's writing it, going in the booth, spitting it, putting the swagoo on it, then giving you the damn track. All you're doing is memorizing it. That's the part that really makes it harder to swallow. I'm just going to be honest. So at this point, Future and Metro was right. We do not trust you. And we never can trust you again. I'm just going to be honest. So I'm going to leave it at this. I don't ever want to have these conversations that this guy belongs in hip-hop lore. Maybe in a bad way. Maybe like Milli Vanilli. But at this point, this guy, and I know a lot of you been like, you should have been like this, Charles. Yes, I was, but at this point, the stuff that comes out gets more and more sad and egregious that we're at a point where, all right, just wipe all this shit out. Just expect everything that he said to be written by someone else. And in that way, we won't even have to have these conversations. Because you're not better than Kendrick if you're not putting pen to paper. The whole battle is null and void. You didn't write nothing. You ain't even write Family Matters. Like we're not listen. We're not giving credit for nothing at this point. And you can't have a rap battle if you ain't writing the battle raps. Can't have a rap battle if you ain't writing the battle raps. That's Kenny versus your ghostwriter. So I'm gonna leave it at this. Yes, the DMs are real, Drake fans. I'm sorry to tell you. And this guy is like a giddy little schoolgirl reacting back and forth to a fan page. The fan page has nothing to lose. Even he said he was hacked. But here we go. Hand in hand, they're going to link up arms and tell you it's fake, tell you it's AI, and tell you to go on about your day and wait for this Act 2 record that Drake is about to drop. Well, guess what? If you, I'm homeboy from Minister Society. That shit gets no play in my ride. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to leave it at that. CLBMG, I'm going to catch you on the flip side. Pace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine.
CLB.